Wholeness to the God. I see y'all in here. Thank you, Alex. I love you, fam. The gods and the goddesses out. Yeah. We get this work early today, y'all. This is the godio. Family time. One more, y'all. One more. And we're going to get started. Y'all feel this? I need y'all to feel this. Get your energy up. Scorpio Sun 16. Peace. Thanks for the donation. It is greatly appreciated. Yeah. Hi, Kai. Fit goddess. Thank you, Mystery. I appreciate y'all so much. Marie, I appreciate you, baby. Wholeness. Fontress L. Sanja 93, appreciate you, baby. Godiva, sweet. Thank you, baby. Yeah. Y'all feel that? Booski, thank you, Booski. Islam, King Cook. Yeah, we about to go deep. We about to go deep. Put y'all oxygen masks on. Yeah, it's going up, baby. It ain't going down. It's gonna go up. Yeah. All right, you guys. Thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Crystal Healing. I'm your host, Crystal Heal. Today I'm going to be doing the godio about how to find the perfect mate. But before I start, I want to thank you all for coming out. I want to thank you all for sharing your energy with me. I appreciate all of your support. Okay, guys. Thank you, fam. Thank you. I also want to offer a quick little disclaimer before we get started. And the first disclaimer is this. At no point in time should you ever use anything that anyone says as absolute truth in your life until you have first checked it with your experience and your own internal compass. Not me and not nobody else. That's number one. Number two, I want it to be emphatically stated that everything that I'm going to say here is my opinion based upon my perspective. Feel free to take what resonates and leave the rest. Now that we've gotten that out the way, we can go ahead and continue with the godio. Now, as I said, this godio is about how to find the perfect mate. Now, I know that a lot of people have said and indeed believe that there's no such thing as a perfect mate or a perfect relationship. And there really isn't. You have to create it. And so I will endeavor today to give you my thoughts on what I feel is absolutely necessary and preliminary to preparing yourself to create the perfect relationship. Now, this is going to have two parts. We're going to talk about the occult or the esoteric side, which is the side that has to do with energy work, which is the side that most people miss out on. So you can do all the practical things that you want on the outside, but unless you get your inside right first, then none of that will matter. That's first and foremost. The second portion of this godio will include the practical and less mystical applications. You guys, okay? So let's go ahead and get started with the esoteric side of things. One of the first things for me to attaining the proper mate is, number one, don't desire one. I'm going to say that again. One of the first things that's important to finding the perfect or proper mate for you is not to desire one. Now, I know just off first hearing that may sound a little crazy. Now, Crystal, what do you mean? How am I going to not desire the perfect mate? But see, this is where shit gets sticky now. This is where we dive a little deep. So go ahead and put on your oxygen mask at this point, okay? And I'm going to explain it to you. The fact that you desire a mate puts your heart in a whole different energy field. Now, let me grab you an image to help you understand what I'm saying. Because, see, there's a thing called lack mentality. And the scripture says it like this. It says, to he who has not, even what he has will be taken from him. To he who has not, even what he has will be taken from him. So that means the very fact that you desire a mate means you don't have a mate. And to he who has not, even the mate that you thought you had will be taken away from you. Now, is that some cruelty of the universe? No, it's not. It's law. It's law. And the quicker you learn these subtle esoteric laws that are right in front of our face, but because we're blinded, we can't see the forest for the trees, we don't see these kind of laws. But they do exist. The scripture continues to say that, but to he who hath, even more will be added unto him. Now, this picture that I've placed before you is a picture of the electromagnetic field of the heart. I'm pretty sure that most of you guys listening to me at this particular time already know that this world is an electromagnetic spectrum. And you yourself is an electromagnetic being. Okay? But for those of you who may be listening in for the first time and didn't know that, there you go. You are an electromagnetic being. This includes your heart. Okay? And so it is very imperative of your thoughts and your feelings. Your thoughts and your feelings create your reality. That is a scientific fact. I'm going to say that one more time because that's serious. Your thoughts and your feelings create your reality. We like to have that victim mentality going on, but let's just be real now. Let's be real. These are facts. Your thoughts and your heart create your reality. It's not the universe doing it to you. It's not God doing it to you. It's not your family and your friends doing it to you. It's not fate and it's not destiny. It's an inability to recognize and utilize natural law. Now let's get into that natural law, because this is where most people fall short. Let me pull up my little picture here. And I'm going to leave that one right there in the corner. Okay, I want y'all to take a look at these little hearts before you. Understand that in this reality, there's a positive and a negative. Or it can be stated in this way. There is light, and then there is the lack thereof. Okay? There's joy, and then there is the lack thereof. Love, and the lack thereof. Now, when you desire a mate, I want you to understand that you're operating in the mentality of lack. Now, if we look at these hearts placed above us or on this picture here, we can use the red hearts as symbolizing the presence of something. And since we're talking about relationships and love, we're going to talk about love. So the red hearts would symbolize positive love, love that is actually present. And let's say that the black hearts represent the lack thereof. Okay? I want you to burn this picture in your mind, because this is going to become very relevant as this godio continues on. There's two sides to every piece of paper. Two sides to every coin. There's love, that's the red, and the absence of love, which is the black. Now, let me grab my other image here. Y'all just hang on with me. We're going somewhere with this. We're going somewhere. Here we go. Pull that over here. All right. All right, you see this image that I've placed before you? Recognizing that your heart is like a magnet. I want you to really understand that when you desire a mate, what you're telling the universe is, I don't have one. So what do you think you are attracting to yourself? The red hearts or the black hearts? You tell me. Are you attracting to yourself love or the lack thereof? Now let me explain something to you. See, like attracts like. Now I know you've heard opposites attract, but that's on a whole nother spectrum. You have to put this shit in categories. On the spectrum in which we're talking about, like attracts like. So when, again, as the scripture says, to he who has, even more will be added unto him. What does that mean? When you attract red hearts to you, okay, that's the positive, that's actual love. If you have love, then even more will be added unto you. So when you desire a mate, I want you to imagine your heart being black. Because that means that love does not reside there. If it did, you wouldn't desire it. Nobody desires what they already have. Am I right or am I wrong? If you had the love that you wanted, you wouldn't be desiring it, now would you? Nobody desires to eat when they're full, do they? No, they don't. So by simply desiring to have the perfect relationship, you've just turned your heart from a red positive heart to a black negative heart. Meaning that the relationship, the love that you want is not there. And I want you to understand by just that simple virtue that you attract to yourself the like. So even what you thought you had will be taken away from you. That means because you said, now I don't have what I want to have, your heart turns, just work with me now. When I say your heart turns black, I don't mean your heart is literally black. I'm using colors as to symbolize positive and negative for those of you who may have got lost in the sauce, okay? So when you say I desire a mate, you turn your heart to the black color. And any red hearts that you had attached to your heart, like you see on this picture before you, will fall off. This is what the scripture means when it says, even that which you do have will be taken from you. Because the red hearts cannot stick to the big black one. So if you did have some love in some relationship, them little red hearts would just fall right off the magnet. And what are you going to attract to yourself? Even more lack of love. Even more lack of the relationship that you want. You just gonna, them black hearts just gonna start flying to you. And you're gonna wonder why I keep attracting these broken ass people. Why do I keep attracting these people who are unloving, who are narcissistic and toxic? Because that's the frequency you sending out, baby. Your thoughts, feelings, and emotions create your reality. Well, what's wrong with me? I look good. I make money. I'm kind. It just seemed like I'm a magnet for these people. You are. You are. By not understanding the simple laws of magnetism. That's a deep thing. Now, and to y'all, I want to put this in here right here. Now, I know we're talking about love, but this applies to everything in your life. Have you ever been looking for your keys? I mean, you was looking all over. You done turned up the, you done turned over the couch cushions and turned the couch to the side, all behind the dresser, all in the cabinet looking for them keys and couldn't find them. But the moment you stop looking for them, boom, they right there in eyesight. And you like, I looked all over here. I didn't see them keys. The moment you stop looking for them, you find them. Why? Because as long as you're looking for them, that's like having a black key on your heart. That means the lack thereof. And the moment you relax and stop looking for the keys, it turns the key to red. And now you done attracted the key to you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Thank you, family, to whoever just donated. It is greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. Now, I want y'all to understand that desire is exactly the opposite of love. I know that's not what they taught y'all. But desire is the enemy, y'all. This is why, who was it? Frank and Beverly and Mays or somebody, I don't know who it was, that wrote that song, Fire and Desire. Because desire is the fires of hell. And that's all you're going to manifest in your life because you're operating from a lack mentality. I don't have. And the more you don't have is the more your ass is not going to have. Grasp is a deep thing. Now, love can be likened to the red hearts. You see, love has no lack. Ain't that what the scriptures say? That's right. There is no sorrow with love, is there? No, there isn't. Because love lacks nothing. That's why. Desire lacks everything. Understand the difference. You do not desire that which you already have. So if you desire it, just know that just imagine a picture of it, paste it on your heart, but imagine it black and not red. That's why I say we got to check ourselves before we wreck ourselves. And the more you want it, the less you get it. You ever notice that? The more you want that job, the further away it seems. The more you want that man, the more you want that woman, the further away it seems they go from you. Funny thing, isn't it? Yes, it is. But it ain't really that funny once you understand how the law works. Now, another thing, number 2. Do not, and I repeat, do not look for someone to love you. Don't look for nobody to save you. Don't look for nobody to protect you. Don't look for nobody to complete you, to help you, to please you, or to comfort you. You know why? Because if you need somebody to love you, that means you lack love. If you need somebody to save you, that means you're not saved. So it's going to have, just imagine the words save me written in black on your heart. Not red, black. Protect me written in black. That means that anybody in your life that could have protected you will be repelled from you. Anybody in your life that could have saved you will be repelled from you. Just by you desiring it. That's right. This is why the scripture says, I know y'all don't like scripture, but I don't really care. This is why the scripture says, I thinketh, therefore I am. As a man thinketh, so is he. What are you thinking on today? Are you operating in desire? Repelling all of those things that you do desire? Or are you operating in love? This is also why the scripture says the just, which means the balanced, the just, shall walk by faith. Now, for those of you who may be listening in for the first time, let me explain to you what faith is, because a lot of us got it twisted out here. What faith really is. See, faith is the opposite of sight. Sight is something that we do with the 2 eyes on the outside of our head. Now, you could look around in your life and you could clearly see that you don't have the relationship that you want. But see, the just don't walk by sight, but they walk by faith. Now, what faith is a function of that one eye, the eye of providence, the eye of the mind, or as they call it, the mind's eye. Faith is a function of your vision. Vision and sight are not the same thing. See, me and you could see the same things with our sight, but we might have 2 different visions. I can't see your vision, baby. That's something that's inside of you. And you can't see mine. Nor should you. Your vision ain't for everybody. That's a word right there. Your vision is not for everybody, because everybody is not for you. Grasp. That's some deep shit. The just shall walk by faith. That means sometimes you got to close them two eyes on the front of your head. That don't mean you stick your head in the sand and pretend like shit is gravy when it's really, really not. It's one thing in knowing and it's another thing in believing. There's a power in belief. Again, as a man thinketh, so is he. You see, the wisdom of the world is foolishness. Foolishness when you actually know the laws. The esoteric and occultic laws. Occult just means hidden. It don't mean evil. It means hidden. It's so simple, it seems so complex. It is so simple that people make it complex. You don't need nobody to pleasure you. You need to work on pleasuring yourself. That way, you don't feel as though you need to be pleasured. The Apostle Paul says it like this, and I'm paraphrasing grossly, but anything good, anything pure, anything holy, anything righteous, etc., etc., etc. You think on these things. Why, Paul? With all due respect. Because as a man thinketh, so is he. Because those are red hearts. That's why. And the more you feel like you need protection, you're operating from lack. That's a little black heart there. The more you feel like somebody needs to complete you, that's saying I'm not complete. And guess what's going to happen? Every day as you continue to send that out into the universe, you're going to get less and less complete. Scripture says, call those things that be not as though they be. Now, I know the world taught you that's called lying. Didn't they? Didn't they tell you that? Oh, no, you can't call those things that be not as though they be. Because they not. How can you say they be when they really not? It's called pretending. You see, tend means to occupy a position. Tend means to occupy a position. Pre means ahead of time. And that's what you do with your vision. You pretend with your vision. You occupy the place that you want to be long before you ever get there. You see, that's the anchor for your soul. You got to throw your anchor over there where you want to be and watch and see if the anchor don't pull your ass in. The world's wisdom is foolishness when it come right down to it. We got to get our mind right. Now, I think that pretty much covers it for the, that's right, girl, bye. Fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it. But you can't fool yourself too. Let me say that there. Because we could say things with our lips all day long. It's a hard thing to have true faith, y'all. People throw the word around all the time like it's so easy. But if you really, really try to have true faith, it's a hard thing to feel that desire to want to be loved and to want to be coddled or to want to be protected and to not have it, but still try to pretend and tell yourself that you do. You can't just tell yourself. You got to really believe it. You got to really, really believe it to the point to where that is the frequency, the resonance that your heart is vibrating to. It can't just be in your mind, okay? It's got to really be in your heart. That means you got to understand the nature of this reality and how illusory it is. And understand that what resides within you is greater than that which is outside of you. And though, yes, your sight may see that you ain't got no money right now. Yeah, we know that's true. But you got to know that there's another reality behind that reality, in which you got all that you need in that reality. And that's how you do that. Okay, in this reality, I might look broke. But I know there's a reality behind that one that's on its way, in which I got everything I need. And that's the reality you live in. It's a real reality. We got a multiverse going on here. There's parallel realities going on all the time. You constantly switching realities depending on how you tuning yourself. You understand? It's like a racetrack. You know, a racetrack got like 4 or 5 lanes. I don't know. I didn't do track. But anyway, everybody generally stay in their lane. But do you not realize all throughout the day, according to your thoughts, you moving from one reality to the other reality, just like them little tracks. And so to say that I have everything that I need, a lot of people would feel like they're lying, but understand there's multiple realities here. So which I are you talking about? You got to get in tune with the version of you that you want to have, that you want to be. And it's not that version does not exist. Every version of you possible exists. Every possibility there ever was and ever will be already exists right now. So who you gonna be? The choice is yours. You understand? So you're not actually lying. That's a major stumbling block for people. Well, I can't say I'm rich when I know I'm not. Do you know how many yous there actually are? Now I know that might be a little deep for some of y'all, but for those who can receive it, receive it. You ain't lying. Now let me get another image for you guys. We going deep. And I want y'all to remember these images. These images will help you. There we go. Let's jump into the practical. There we go. I want y'all to look at this image that I have placed before you. See, this is what happens to a person who is in lack mentality. Always attracted to the wrong kind of person that puts your light out. You understand? Look at that real good now. Somehow we always want that with what we don't need. Now, on to the practical side of things. Let's talk a little bit about dating. Because we make a lot of mistakes dating. The first mistake we make is saying shit like, I hope he likes me. You getting dressed, putting your makeup on, or if you're a man, you shaving up, getting your hair right, get yourself smelling good. Call your buddy, call your girl. The first thing you say, I hope she like me, man. I hope he like me. What's wrong with that statement? Can anybody tell me what's wrong with that statement? You starting off all wrong. Starting off all wrong. Y'all hold on just a second. My alarm keep going off. And that ain't an accident neither. There are no accidents. There's only synchronicities. That means somebody listening to me right now needs to wake the fuck up. That's right. I said it. I sure did. Now, I hope he likes me. You starting off all wrong. What you need to be saying is, he better hope I like him. What you need to be saying is, you better hope she likes me. When you say, I hope he like me, I hope she like me, what you're basically saying is, I don't know if I'm good enough for them. Really? Really? Do you not think you're good enough? Apparently not, if you're saying statements like that. And what does that tell us? that you're operating from the mentality of lack. I hope I have everything that they require. That means maybe I don't have everything that they require. And what does that do? That puts you in the black. That turns everything black, in the lack mentality. And guess what? You ain't gonna have none of the shit that they require. And the shit that you did have that they require, they're not even gonna be able to see that, because it's gonna fall right off. Think about the magnet now. So if you meet somebody, when you got to really pay attention to your own thinking, man. This shit is so important. It's so paramount, bruh. Your mind is insidious. That's one of the first. You like them. They checking all the boxes for you. You like, ooh, girl, he got him a good job. He smelling good. He fine and shit. Or if it's a female, like, oh man, look, she fine, like she smell good. She works. She take care of her kids. She can even cook. Oh yeah, she check off all the boxes for you. And then the next thing you say after that is, I hope she like me. I hope he like me. And just in that moment, just that quick, you done sabotaged yourself. Now, I need you to understand that they better hope that you like them. You got to always remember who you are. I don't give a damn who you think you is. Just know who you are. And if you don't know who you are, that's what you need to work on. You don't need to be worried about no relationship. You can just go ahead and click out the godio right now and come on back when you know who you are. And finish the rest of it. Bookmark this spot right here. Because none of this shit gonna work if you don't know who you are. If you don't know that you're a child of the Most High God and you deserve the best in life. Not because of what you did or didn't do, but because of who you are. You understand? That's right. Now, the second practical thing I want y'all to remember is if a person falls in love with the fake you're not going to be able to receive that love anyway. That means every time you see this man, every time you see this woman, you got your hair all perfect. You done spent 2 hours getting yourself G'd up. You're going to forever be in fear for whenever they see the real you. If you keep hiding components of yourself, even when they say, I love you, you will intrinsically know, internally know that it's not you that they love. It's the version of you that you have presented for them. The polished version. And that love will fall right to the floor. It won't even be able to penetrate. You won't even be able to use that. That's like depositing money in the bank, but it never gets in the account. And that's exactly what happens whenever you don't show the real you. Now, well, Crystal, there's parts about me that I just can't show like that. I got addictions, Crystal. I don't like my hair, Crystal. My face just don't look that appealing without makeup, Crystal. How am I going to get somebody like that, Crystal? First of all, let me tell you something. Nothing is impossible for God. And when I say God, I mean spirit. And when I mean spirit, I mean energy. And when I mean energy, I mean that electromagnetic field that is in and around you. Reality is not as real as you think it is. That's number one. Number two, if there are some things about you that you don't like enough to where you can't present it to other people, then go ahead and click out and work on yourself. You need not be worried about focusing on no relationship when you haven't put that much focus in yourself yet. Grasp. It's a deep thing. Now, But when you've gotten rid of all your addictions and all of those things that make you feel some type of way, then you can start looking for a relationship. And when you do, you show them the real you. I promise you, baby, there's somebody out there for everybody. Somebody will love you just the way you are, without your makeup, without that fade and your edges done and shit. Without your fresh new J's and whatever else it is you people, got to have to feel special or good enough. I mean, really, just look around you. They got some people that don't look half as good as you. Without makeup, without that hair, without them nice clothes, without that nice car, without that nice job. They got somebody to love. None of that shit is not really necessary. That's a fallacy. Somebody told you. Now, number 2. When you go on dates or when you're on the phone with these people, like my grandma always say, you never let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. What you trying to tell me, Crystal? That means don't tell them everything about you. We get on the phone with these people or get on dates with these people and you want to spill your guts. Tell them about all your previous relationships and what you looking for in a man and what you looking for in a woman and what you will and will not accept. Just throw it all out on the table right there. And guess what? Some people take that information and they turn into that perfect person for you long enough to get you in the bed, long enough to get in that pocketbook, long enough to hook you. You don't even have a chance to see the real them because they done morphed themselves into who you done just gave them the blueprint for who you want. And that ain't even who they really is. So learn to just be a little quiet every now and again. Just sit back. Let the relationship unfold. Hold some things in. Don't tell them about how you let your last man drag you all over the house and you let him sit around and not work and shit like that. Don't tell him all that. First thing he thinking is, or she thinking is, well, hell, this one here is weak. I could do that. Wonder what I could get away with. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, sir. No, sir. You ain't got to tell him all that. Oop. There go my alarm again. What that mean? That means somebody need to wake the fuck up. Don't never let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, baby. You ain't got to tell them everything. Does that mean you have to just sit there like a log? You can't communicate with them? Yes, you could communicate with them. But use discernment. Just give them a little bit. Let them do more talking than you. You just want to get that out. We be feeling so heavy. You just want somebody to hear it, to hear your problems. But understand that everybody's not your friend. You haven't even been with this person long enough to ascertain whether they are a friend or a foe. And you giving them all of your information. You done opened the doors of your heart and your mind and your life wide open. This includes Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Don't put all your shit on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Because these days, people go right on Facebook and they try to get a snapshot picture of who you are. Be careful what you put on social media. Now, you observe these people. Observe very, very carefully. See, a lot of times we want to be in love so bad. We want to be we want to have that comfort of saying that we got somebody, Somebody you could call when you hungry or you need something or whatever the case may be. Be so desirous of that. Till you ain't even really paying attention. You end up projecting on them what you want despite of who they really are. Funny thing how our mind do that. He looking like Prince Charming and shit. She looking like she looking like Cinderella at the ball and shit. And you just projected all of that on them. Have you ever been in a relationship with somebody months, weeks, years down the line? You look at him and you think, you know what? You never was what I thought you was. I don't know what I was thinking. You really was like this the whole time, but for some reason, I didn't see it. Yeah, your mind does that. It's called projection. So once you take away that strong desire and you operate from a full... See, anything look good when you're hungry. I'm going to say that again. Any and everything look good when you're hungry. So when you go to Walmart shopping, or when you were wherever you shop, however you shop to get your food, don't never go on an empty stomach. You ever heard that? That's right. So when you going on these dates with people, don't go with a desire mentality, with a lack mentality. I want comfort. I want somebody to protect me, love me, save me. You don't go grocery shopping on an empty stomach, baby. You about to pick up any and everything. And the same thing is true with love. You make sure your heart is good and full. And if you don't know how to do that, then click out now. You need not be worried about no relationship. You need not be worried about taking care of somebody else or somebody else taking care of you until you can first take care of you. They cannot do what you cannot do. Like attracts like. And if you can't feel you, they shows the hell can't feel you. Grasp. It is a deep thing. Now, another thing is, if you by some chance happen to go grocery shopping on an empty stomach, which happens to us sometimes, until you really get to perfecting this here art, it might happen the first couple of times. You might end up out there on a date looking thirsty, acting thirsty as hell. If that be the case, I want to tell you this. Trust the people that are in your life and their decisions and their judgments of the people that you are dating. This does not work in every case. No, one size does not fit all. But as a general rule, the people in your life, your mama, your sister, your brother, your friends, whoever them people is that you love and trust, usually are telling you the truth. And sometimes you so drunk in love. See, the first few weeks is so critical because those are the best, aren't they? Because you done projected, you done already imagined y'all going down the aisle, how shit could be. You don't even know who this person is, really. But you got an idea. You done fell in love with an idea. And like Beyonce say, you drunk in love. You're stumbling. So let somebody else drive you home. What does that mean, Crystal? That means if your mama say, well, baby, I don't know about that one now. And your sister say it too. And your brother. And your homeboy. Well, trust your family and friends when you know that your ass is drunk in love. What they say, don't let your friends drive drunk. Don't let your friends drive drunk. Don't let them date drunk either. And if you happen to be drunk, at least have the presence of mind to know that you are. And trust your trusted family and friends to guide you. Don't go run to that one friend that you know is going to say, well, whatever you decide, girl, I'm going to be happy for you. You know, they always got that one, which that person is good in their time and in their season. But when you drunk in love and you are thinking about getting behind that wheel, that friend is not your friend. So even though you may not like the truth, because you like to be drunk in love. See, there's endorphins that's released in your brain when you're in love. It mimics an addiction. So you're not thinking straight. So at least have the presence of mind to know that that is a natural phenomenon. And if everybody around you, except for that one chick, that one dude, say, oh, you know, I don't know about this one right here. Go ahead and trust what they saying, man. You have to open yourself up to criticism. Don't be so thirsty out here. You save yourself a lot of heartache and a lot of trouble. Because see, what happens is when you plow right through what everybody else says, it turns out months, weeks, years down the road, you go back to them same people and you say, you know what, girl? You know what, homie? You was right. You was right. And they thinking, I know. I know. I tried to tell you that 10 years ago, 5 years ago. I tried to tell you that 2 children ago. I tried to tell you that alimony checks ago. You know what I'm saying? Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Ain't everybody out? You need to go find that one friend that you know is going to tell you the truth. Everybody got that one friend or that sister or that mama, somebody in your life that's going to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, even if it hurts your feelings. That's usually the last one you want to go ask what you think about him, what you think about her. But that really needs to be the first one you go ask. Now, another thing. Watch for the red flags. So many times in relationships, we see the red flags, but we rationalize them away. Well, you know, I know he don't take care of none of the rest of his kids, but he'll take care of our kids if I had kids for him. Well, I know she took her last husband for everything that he had, but that was a different time. He was abusive. It'll be different between me and her. Watch the red flags. Pay attention to how they treat other people, the things they say about other people. If it's a guy you're dating, how does he treat his mama? Is he nurturing and loving to the women in his family? Or are they all bitches and hoes? Because I guarantee you, whenever y'all fall out, yeah, you might be his boo today, but you're going to be a bitch and a hoe tomorrow when you piss him off. Well, how he just disrespected me like that? But you just sat here in this passenger seat and watch him disrespect every woman in the neighborhood, disrespect his mama. But somehow, see, that's the thing. We think we gonna be different, cause we got the Midas touch. Us, see. I'm sorry, y'all. It's the truth, though. We got the Midas touch. They're gonna be different with us. Yeah. He didn't take care of none of his kids, but if I had kids for him, he'd take care of mine. I know he would, girl. I know he would. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Oh no. You know, she basically just used up her last boyfriend, but she not gonna do that with me. You know, she gonna work, and we gonna work together, and we gonna build us something together. Okay. If you say so. Watch for the red flags, and not just watch for them, because we be seeing them red flags, but we don't rationalize the red flags away. Accept that shit for what it is. Save yourself time. Save yourself heartache. Save yourself money and embarrassment. Because don't think everybody don't see you looking like a fool. How does he treat the people? How does she treat the people, places, and things around you? Because it might be good today, but every day is not going to be a good day. And you might be on the good side of the spectrum today, but on the other side tomorrow. So you might want to just look around and see what the other side look like before you get thrown over there. That's all I'm saying. Don't get mad at me. You see, women lie, men lie, but patterns never lie. I'm going to say that again. Women lie, men lie, but patterns never lie. What are their patterns? Have you even been with them long enough to check their patterns before you just fell head first in love with these people? Take time. Step back and build up a running knowledge of their patterns. If you don't know what their patterns is, I don't want to hear nothing about you being in love. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it, no sir. What are their patterns? That's what you need to be checking. Another thing. Whatever you discover on this observation, with all this observation that you're doing, this pattern checking that you're doing, when you discover patterns and attributes that you do not like, I want you to know that that man or that woman come as is. Have you ever bought a used car and they made you sign that paperwork that say you accept this car as is? That means if some shit go wrong with it, you already knew what was wrong with it. You can't fault us. I want you to know that there's an unwritten paperwork that go with every man, woman, and child. That means you accepting this shit as is. Now you can delude yourself into believing that, oh, well, this a fixer-upper. Handyman and handy woman here. Captain Save-A-Ho. Want to run in and fix everybody and shit. But how many of you know half of the time when you say you're going to fix some shit, you never actually get around to it? If you're anything like me, I'm always about to fix something. That same shit be on my to-do list a year from now. Fix the kitchen cabinet. But let's just pretend you are one of them people that do all the shit you say you gonna do. You can't save nobody that don't want to be saved. You can't fix nobody that don't want to be fixed. So it's best if you just go ahead and get something that has all of the attributes that you require right now. Because even if you were going to try to fix them or make them, be who you wanted them to be, there's no guarantee in that shit. I don't know about you. I'm not really a gambling person. I'm just be honest. Some people like gambling. I don't. Me personally and shit. I need guarantees, me. I need a warranty on that shit. And nobody come with a warranty. That's all I'm telling you, man. So if you get down the road and that car stop on your ass, ain't nobody to blame but you. You knew the transmission was bad when you bought it. You signed that on the paperwork. Look. That's my alarm again, y'all. And I'm telling y'all, I didn't even set this shit for this time. I don't know how this is doing this. But again, hold on, y'all. This is crazy. This is bananas. So on that point, that means somebody listening to me right now needs to wake the fuck up. You buy these people as is, okay? So you need to check the patterns, check for the red flags. That means you don't go to the car lot and, the body look good, I'm going to get that one. That's not what you do. You look under the hood. And if you don't know what's going on under the hood, you go get your uncle, your daddy, somebody, a mechanic, somebody that know what's going on up under there to check that shit out for you. Do you not? If you're wise, you do. You make sure you got 4 good tires on here. Is the air running? The windows roll down? The lights work? You checking all that shit before you spend your money, ain't you? If you're wise, you do. What I'm telling you is you need to do the same thing with the people in your life. Look up under that hood. See what's under there. That shit might be all rotted out. Yo, yeah, it look good on the outside. Body is on fleek. Okay. However, whole insides is rotten. Whole insides rotten. Dry rotted, like they say. You try to open the heart, pieces of that shit start falling off. Until you realize there ain't no heart. You need to look up under that hood, baby. Since you got the Midas touch. Did you touch that? Did you check that? So anyway, oh God. Make sure they check all of your boxes. If you know that you want somebody that's romantic, make sure they're romantic. Don't wait 5 years till you're in a deep relationship with him and be like, get on the phone with your sister. Girl, he's just not romantic at all. It's no touchy-feely. Don't come up and kiss me. If you're anything like me, I like for my husband to come up behind me, like when I'm washing dishes and put his arms around my waist or some shit like that. I really like that kind of shit, right? That's absolutely necessary. That's indispensable for me. And a lot of women are just like that. So you need to make sure this man is romantic or this woman is romantic or, for men, a lot of times it's sex. They like to have sex. Well, is she a sexual and passionate person? If you want somebody to be hanging from the ceiling fans from you, you might need to check it out first. Is she a hang from the ceiling fan kind of girl? You feel what I'm saying? Don't be wait till 5 years down the road and now you talking to Susie up the road because Susie is willing to hang from the ceiling fan. And this other woman ain't. Do you understand? I'm talking some real stuff now. You want for us women, if you want somebody protective, make sure you ain't got yourself a coward. Something you hear a noise in the backyard, he waking you up, baby. Get up. It's a noise in the backyard. Got you out there with the flashlight. Sometimes you need to put a little test out just to see what you working with, right? Oh my God. I'm almost done, y'all, but I got a couple more. Another thing, this is very, very important. Very important. Y'all don't have to agree on everything. You don't even really necessarily have to like the same kind of music, trivial shit like that. That's not important. But what you do need to do is make sure that your fundamental beliefs are in tune with each other. That's not only as it relates to what you perceive this reality to be, whether you believe there's a higher power or not, what the functionings of that higher power is. Not only that, but even before you get in deep with a person, you need to decide and talk with them about even stuff like disciplining the children. You might end up having children with this person. If to my younger audience who are still within the childbearing years, you might have children with these people. And come to find out, after you done had the child, this person believe in corporal punishment and you don't. And that's a problem. That's a big fucking problem. And now you done wasted all this time. Now you got to go send your child over here. And if you believe in corporal punishment, now your child ain't getting no structure and order in their life. And if you don't believe in corporal punishment, then now your child is getting beat and whooped. And you're not about that life. And now you done created yourself a little miniature hell because the court done said you got to send them over there and shit like that. That's just an example. I'm talking about fundamental beliefs. These are the things we don't really look at because all we want is love at the time. But later on, all these things come into play. What Solomon say? I think it was, that was Solomon. Talking about the foxes in the vineyard. You got to pluck up the foxes. Those becomes little foxes in your garden of love. And it eat up all of the good fruit. So you really need to get to know these people and what they fundamentally believe on the valuable things for you. Now, if you don't know what things are valuable or meaningful for you, again, click out and figure that shit out. You don't need to be trying to get in no relationship until you know yourself first and what is valuable to you and what you truly believe should be done. You can't go in this thing blind. Well, I don't really know what I what I think should be done, and I don't know how I feel about religion. I don't know how I feel about God. I don't know how I feel about children. I don't know how I feel about police officers, even shit like that. One of y'all like the police and think it's a good establishment, and the other one saying fuck the police. That's a problem. That's a problem. One of y'all is very patriotic and going for the government, and the government is the end all, the be all, and they should have absolute say over what we do with our children and our lives. And the other one is saying, no, we need freedom. The government need to get their hand out of our life. That is a problem. So make sure your fundamental beliefs, at least the fundamentals, the core beliefs, match. That's the bones. The flesh doesn't matter, but at least your bones have got to match. You see, the bones of a human and the bones of a dog are two different kinds of bones. The structure is completely different. They should not be together. But if your bones is human and their bones is human, to me it don't matter what the flesh look like. That's on them bones. They both human. They can be together. Nature corroborates that because they can have children. Two things that shouldn't be together, nature does not allow them to produce offspring. You understand? And so your fundamental beliefs are like the bones. If their bones look totally different from your bones, then you dating outside of your nature, baby. And that's an abomination. Period. Or it's going to be one. If you don't believe me now, just wait. You'll see. Now the flesh is like, oh, I like sci-fi and she likes drama. That's flesh. That doesn't really matter. You could plow through that. Or I like rap and she likes country. That shit don't matter neither. That's flesh. But your core beliefs are the bones. Now, my last thing before I let y'all go back onto y'all lives that I want y'all to make sure that is present and in good working order in a relationship before you get really, really serious with somebody is their communication skills. Communication is so important. Effective communication. Do y'all think in a way in which y'all can come to some understanding of each other? Because see, everybody generally can communicate in some way, shape, or form, but can't everybody communicate together? Have you ever talked with someone and you talking to them and you saying something that seems really plain and self-explanatory to you, but by the time it get to them, it's like you speaking a foreign language and they don't understand shit you saying, and you end up looking at them with your head turned sideways like, my G, how is you not grasping what I'm saying? Like, this shit is common sense. Like, this is like fundamental common sense. Like, how you don't understand this shit? So what I'm saying is yeah, they might be able to talk very eloquently and shit, but when I mean communicate, I'm talking about the way you think is something in line with the way and in tune with the way they think. So y'all might need to get into some deep discussions about some things. You know what they say you're not supposed to talk about? Religion, politics, and something else. Somebody type that in the comments section. I can't remember what it is. Religion, politics, and something else. They say when you at work, you don't talk about that shit. Because it's going down. It's going to be a knockout, drag out. Somebody going to say some shit that's going to make somebody act a fool in there. When it comes to religion. Probably religion, race, and politics or something like that. That's what you need to talk about with them. Because see, you need to see how they communicate. If you start talking about religion and y'all disagree and shit get out of hand, they start lashing out. Next thing you know, they calling you names. Well, you stupid, or that's stupid. And just all off the handle and shit. Well, y'all can't communicate. Because later on, when you're having financial problems, somebody lost their job, you're going to be stupid and lazy and dumb and everything else. So you need to check that ahead of time. That's right. Talk about them touchy subjects. Well, Crystal, I don't want to ruin the relationship. Well, baby, you projecting and you've already ruined the relationship. What relationship is what I'm going to ask you? You need to see whether y'all can talk about difficult things in an adult-like manner. And at the same time, you checking the maturity level of this person whom you may give your heart to, your finances to, your keys to, probably your children when you're at work and shit like that too. You hear all these stories about this woman done left her children with this man and he done fucked around and killed the children while she was at work or some shit like that. And she's shocked. That's just an example. Or this man get with this woman and come to find out she done keyed up his car, burnt up all his clothes, and busted his tires. And he's shocked. Well, y'all must have didn't have no communications about no deep shit. Before you gave her a key to your house. Or you to know how she act. Can this person really act like an adult when shit get rough? Because if not, she liable to get into it with your mama and your sister. Now it's going to be a rift between you and your family. Him and your daddy ain't going to get along because they're going to be playing that macho game and shit. Now it's a rift between you and your family. Your friends. You got to check these things, y'all. And while you checking them, make sure you check yourself first and foremost. Can you communicate effectively? Have you watched your own patterns? Do you really know yourself? While you out here getting to know everybody else. That's the last thing I'm going to say on this. But that's the most important thing I need to say. You need to check yourself and your patterns and your communication skills, your fundamental beliefs, your red flags, your real self, before you ever check anybody else's. You need to make sure that you are checking off your own boxes before you try to get them to check off all of your boxes. If you want somebody to be romantic, are you romantic? If you want somebody to be a self-starter, are you a self-starter? If you want somebody to bring something to the table, are you bringing something to the table? If you want somebody to hang from the ceiling fan and drop down and give you 20, are you willing to hang from the ceiling fan and drop down and give them 20? If you know what I mean. You got to check yourself first. Because I go back to the very beginning. When I showed, matter of fact, let me grab that picture. Just to burn that in y'all mind. Here we go. That's a whole nother one. Give me just a second, y'all. Look at that there. Y'all remember the magnet. The red is to have a thing. The black is the absence of that thing. And so if you want a self-starter, you got to have self-starting already within you in order to attract that. If you want someone who can communicate effectively, you have to have effective communication within you before you can attract that. As within, so without. That's an old esoteric axiom. Even more than that, that is a universal law that does not bend, nor does it break. Try as you may, you'll end up broken before that law do. And you will learn obedience to the laws by the things that you suffer. But why suffer needlessly when you could just learn and apply? If you don't love yourself, don't expect anybody else to love you. So before you run out there looking for somebody to love you, I want you to understand that you're already repelling that, so just stop wasting your time. When you get in a space of love within yourself, then and only then and only then and only then, have you made room and made your space, your electromagnetic field, ready and able to receive that which you are. Like they say, be the change you want to see. Be whatever it is that you want to see. Not just the change. Whatever it is that you want to see. If you want to see love, you better be love. If you want to see abundance, you better be abundance. If you want to see God, you better be a God. Grasp. It is a very deep thing. And above all, just remember that desire is not love. They're not the same things. They're like twins, two sides of the same coin. Just like I said, with the red and the black. True love is the red. Love has no lack in it. And desire is the black. That's all desire has, is lack. Now, let me think, is there anything else I wanted to tell you guys? Let me check out these comments before I go. Fit Goddess Cortez says, start with the God in the mirror. That's right. Cypress Sage, hey. Girl Bye says, in the end, you will learn one way or another. That's right, Girl Bye. What they say, you either lay down or get down or lay down or some shit like that. Either lay down or get knocked down. And that's pretty much how it go. You know, the universe is, you know, hence the saying, God is love, but God is also a consuming fire. That's the yin and the yang. Lo, I have placed before you life and death. Choose wisely, baby. What have you been choosing? Have you been choosing love, which is I already got everything that I need? Or have you been choosing the consuming fire, whom we call desire? See, one is the Christ and one is the Antichrist. Are you wise enough to tell the difference? Who runs your heart? Is it love, which is perfect acceptance and fullness of all things? I already got it, so I don't need it. Or is it the Antichrist, who is desire, which is I don't have it. I don't have. Because to he who does not have, even what he does have will be taken from him. And to he who has, more will be given unto him. So in the name of King Cooley, I'm going to ask you, is you black or is you more? All right, I quit. So anyway. Desire is the enemy. Do not burn up in the fires of desire, my people. Nubian goddess, greetings. Chakra King Black says knowledge of self. Exactly. Know thyself. The mandate to know thyself is much deeper than people believe. People believe because they've been with their self their whole life that they know their self. And that's not true. That's not true. It's not true. Fit Goddess says, are you forgiving? That's right. That's a big one. That's very good, Fit Goddess. That's a big one, forgiving. Because you get with people that are merciless. They have no mercy whatsoever. And you didn't even realize it before because you chose not to look at that. But if you just look at how they treat others, then you would see that this person has no mercy. That means the moment you do something that they deem wrong, you'll never get forgiveness. You're going to jump through rings of fire and climb the highest mountains and swim the deepest oceans to try to get back in their good graces. But there's no mercy. No mercy there. That's a very, very big one. Girl Bye says, please stop having sex with randoms. Yeah, that's a big one, Girl Bye. That's a big one because you don't understand what your energy is and what you are doing energetically. Okay? Sex is very, very powerful if you know how to use it right. And it's powerful to manifest, and it's also powerful to destroy. And if you don't know how to operate fire, it's best you don't play with it, or you might get burned. I'm just saying. Girl Bye says, I hate when a man I'm dating asks me what we gonna do. You like a self-starter, Girl Bye? When the pressure is on, you see who you are and who you dealing with. That's right. Y'all need to go through some things. You need to go through some trials. Or at least observe them while they're going through trials. You understand? So you could see how they handle under pressure. Just look for the patterns. The patterns are so important. It says you are a great one. Thank you. You're great as well. Girl Bye says, yes, made that mistake. They think I will be burning in hell. They got to go if they're emotionally warped to the point of hating you for your beliefs. Yeah, and again, that's another good one. Fit Goddess is own it. It's own it. Hats off to you. Them people that, some people are like that. Some people are very, even with the zodiac, they got the fixed signs. And some people are fixed in their beliefs. But if you're an Aquarius like me, you're a rebel against that shit. Like, I keep it fluid. So if you dealing with somebody that's got rock solid beliefs, a person like me that's my beliefs is like fluid. I'm ever changing them depending on my perspective and what reality I'm in. That's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, and that's an important one. Oh, Fontress L says money, religion, and politics. Everything will be okay, Girl Bye. Girl Bye says Crystal does have a voice of power. It makes me feel everything will be okay. That's right, Girl Bye. But listen, you got that voice of power within yourself as well. You just got to start using it. It's like muscles. If you don't use your muscles, they atrophy until you don't even think you have them. We all have that voice of power. The more you use it, the more powerful it gets, just like a muscle. And does that mean I'm telling everybody to get on the internet and start talking what I'm doing now? No. You start right there in your bed. Before you put your foot on that ground, you go ahead and attune your heart to the right frequency. That means you lay in that bed, and like Apostle Paul says, anything good, anything pure, anything holy, those are the things you think on. As soon as we open our eyes, we usually start thinking on what we need to do for the day. And, all this so extra ass shit. But no, take some time out and speak life into yourself. Not death, life. There's a difference. Death is lack. Life is abundance. You speak life to yourself. So if you know you have a problem with self-esteem, you lay there for a little while and just remind yourself how beautiful you are. Not based upon what you look like, but based upon who you intrinsically are. I've seen a beautiful storm. Grass now. I done seen some ugly shit that was really beautiful, to be honest with you. So even if you perceive yourself to be ugly, which I don't believe in that, but if you do, then affirm to yourself how beautiful you are based upon who you are intrinsically. Just because you are a fruit on the tree of nature. a child of the Most High God. However you want to put it, that's up to you. But there's something within you that is intrinsically valuable and priceless. And that is who you truly are. And so you need to, before you even get out of the bed, reaffirm to yourself how beautiful you are. If you know you actually low on funds, you lay in that bed and you pretend you get into that space of abundance. You lay there and pretend like you in a mansion. And all you got to do is roll over and ring the bell and somebody going to come bring you breakfast. You feel it. You smell the bacon and eggs, or if you don't eat meat, you smell the whatever y'all eat. The fruits, the grapes and strawberries. You feel me? And you get there, not just in your mind, but in your feelings too. Because you got to have them joined together. See, your thoughts are like the daddy, and your emotions are like the mama. You can't make no baby without both of them. Yeah, you could think all day long. That ain't gonna manifest no child though. You got to have the thoughts with the emotions. You put them together, and then you're gonna have the child, aka the manifestation. When you're brushing your teeth in the morning in front of the mirror, look at yourself in the eyes and give yourself everything that you want them to give you. Date yourself for a while. Tell yourself while you're brushing your teeth, you know you are beautiful. Surely everybody can find at least one thing on them that's beautiful. Oh, well, you got some beautiful eyes, or that's a cute little nose you got, or, ooh, I love the color of your skin, or ooh, whatever. You know you real strong. You take a licking and keep on ticking. Whatever it is while you brushing your teeth, you speak life to yourself. And when you are whole and complete within yourself, then you're going to attract someone that is whole and complete. And then and only then can you have the perfect relationship. Because perfect means balanced, and balanced is wholeness. You understand? You understand, and do you overstand? Now. Who said I could leave? No, who said you can leave, Crystal? I don't know. Somebody says, okay, girl boss says, my coworker had to pay $100,000 for in vitro fertilization for his wife to get pregnant. Ooh, that's hefty price there. Yeah, the whole world is a jungle. That's the fallacy. People make you believe that because you get trapped up by looking at the flashing lights around here. You don't think you're in the jungle, but you in the jungle, baby. Just because they walking around in human flesh don't mean they walking around in a human mentality. They got some wolves out here, some gorillas out here, some snakes out here. They got some lambs out here, some bears, lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my. Yes, they do. Fig Goddess says, stop holding people up for what you know they can do, but go off what they are showing you. Sometimes we hope higher for people than they have for themselves. Fig Goddess, again, on pernt. That's right. We fall in love with their potential. No, just stop right there. Don't fall in love with potential. That's a seed that may never grow up to be a tree. You fall in love with trees, baby. You ain't got time to wait for the seed to become a tree, and then hopefully it might make fruits. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. We don't know. Not all fruit trees bear fruit. I'm going to take you back to scripture when Jesus ran up on that tree with no fruit. He cursed the tree. Now, Jesus did that. Now, whether you believe Jesus is real or not, it doesn't matter. The story still rings true. Jesus had just walked up on the tree. He was mad. It didn't have fruit. Now just imagine if you tended to that tree all the way from a seed. You watered it. You pulled the weeds up. I mean, blistering knuckles and every damn thing. Only to get to the end 10 years later to realize this tree don't even bear fruit. You think Jesus cursed the tree. You be trying to chase that tree around the house with a fucking knife. Somebody, it ruined your life. No, baby, you wasn't acting for wisdom. That's all that is to it. Don't fall in love with potential, baby. Fall in love with actuality. That's not to say that you can't see the potential in others, but that need not be what you falling in love with. That's like a cherry on top of the ice cream. The cherry that's not the important part, okay? You can eat the ice cream with or without the cherry. But the cherry without the ice cream that's no. That's not what you want to do. Oh, goodness. I wish I could say that. Our cat, cypress sage, listen to the animals as well. I know my four-legged son smells their ass before long. Yeah, the dogs be on point. Dogs and the animals are definitely on point. That's a good point there. Anybody want to connect on Facebook Messenger? Oh, that's some other stuff. Let's see. God, it says Crystal, stay out of my kitchen. It seemed like the internet doing pretty good today. Tay Marie says people can change just not because you say so. That's right. And the thing is the more you try to get people to change, the further away they go from what you want them to be. But it goes back to the beginning of this godio, as far as the energy is. Just simply by you having the idea that they're not what you want them to be, they're going to just become more of what you don't want them to be. Now don't use your vision for them. That's not for them. That's for you. That's why it's on the inside of your head, not on the outside. Okay, that's where we get this shit twisted. We start using our vision, talking about, well, I'm just gonna close my two eyes to what he really is, and or what she really is, and I'm gonna use my vision. No, baby. Your vision is for you. I said that earlier. It's not for everybody. It ain't for anybody but you. You use that with you. But for them, you better open them two eyes back up. That's what you better do. And see what's going on out there. We falling in love with potential now. You can't save them because they don't want to be saved. So just make sure that they are pretty much what you are desiring them to be, or wanting them to be, or needing them to be, or whatever name you want to give it, so that you don't have to desire them to be anything. They already are it, and they'll just become, you'll see more and more of that manifested in them. But you can't be with them thinking, oh, he missing this, he missing that, she missing this, she missing that. But I'm going to just go ahead and try to twerk this anyway. And as the days, as the weeks, as the months roll by, you'll see whatever it was that they missing, they're going to be missing it even more. And whatever it was that you thought that they had, that shit going to start falling off. Okay. King Cooley says, when people show you themselves, pay attention. Yeah, King Cooley, very good. And I heard something. There was a little saying. So you know, I like my little sayings. Somebody said that when people show you who they are, believe them. And I really like that when I heard that. I don't remember where I heard it from, but when people show you who they are, believe them. That's not to say that people don't change or people can't change. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is you ain't got time for all that to be figuring out whether they will or whether they won't and all that. You ain't got time for that shit. Or maybe you do. I don't have time for that shit. Let me just speak for myself. And I'm assuming because you on here listening to this godio, you probably don't neither. But maybe you do. Shit. Maybe you do. Miss Keena, peace. Island Chick, Peace and wholeness. Ancient 11, peace. Crystal, can you speak on why we attracted them in the first place? Yeah, Ancient 11. I basically spoke about it mostly at the beginning of the godio. So instead of just restating what I've already stated, I'll just tell you whenever this ends, just go ahead and go back and watch it from the beginning, and that should explain it pretty good for you. And you got my number if you have any questions after that, sis. Okay. Black Girl Magic. Hey. Everybody says we overlook the flags. Correct. Chantal Carleon. I love your name. Chantal Carleon. Island Chick 786 says man will treat his mom good and treat women like garbage. Yeah, there are some like that. There really are. But if you know if he treat his mama like garbage, you know he finna treat your ass like garbage. If his mama ain't shit, neither is you. And see, even as it relates to some people like, well, his mama she ain't shit, so that's why he treat her like that. That doesn't matter. I've met people with ain't shit mamas and ain't shit daddies, and they still treat them with love and respect. That don't mean they always at their house or giving them whatever they asking for or basically being a fool, but they still know how to treat people with love and respect and distance in a respectful and loving manner. You understand? So it is not, a lot of times it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And that's what we need to pay attention to. Also, a lot of times it's not what you do, it's why you do it. So figure out why they're doing what they do and pay attention to how they're doing what they do. Okay, I'm not going to go all the way back to the top, you guys. Let me just check the bottom one more time. Make sure I don't have any new comments before I play us a little song before we get out of here. Y'all be having some good comments. I ain't going to even lie. I go back and watch my gaudios and see all the comments, because usually while I'm doing the gaudio, I can't pay attention to the comments. I be in the zone, so Fit Goddess says yes, and never stop dating yourself. Very good point. Very good point. I like starting off the day with some tunes as well. Yeah, that's good. Music is healing. Music has a way of bypassing the conscious mind and going right down into the subconscious. And so your heart begins to radiate the frequency of whatever you're listening to. So also a good point to make here is that what you feed your eyes, your mouth is not the only entryway into your heart, into your body. Okay? I'm going to say that again. Your mouth is not only the entryway, it's not the only entryway into your body. So too your nose, so too your eyes and your ears. So make sure your eyes are like mouth. It's like a mouth. Your ears, okay, are mouths. So listen, feed yourself music that is healthy for you, that is in tune with whatever you trying to tune in with. Okay? So if you trying to don't be putting on no fucking sad ass songs that make you feel even more in lack than you was feeling before. Like you was feeling good, then you put on this sad song, and now you feel like you need somebody to love you, and you need this, and oh, look at them, they so in love, and why I don't have that. And now you just went from red to black on the inside. And that's what you're going to attract. So be mindful of what you feed your ears, what you feed your eyes, what you watch. So you gotta really begin to take a step back from yourself and observe yourself from a third person view. It means as you're watching movies, check your heart and ask yourself, well, do I feel a lack right now? Or do I feel fulfilled already as I watch this movie? And that's how you determine what is good for you and what is bad for you. Because it's not about what's good or bad. It's about what's life and what's death. So if this particular movie is making you feel your own lack, then that movie is death for you. And you can go ahead and label that bad. Now, next week, the same movie might make you feel fulfilled. Then that means next week, that movie, you can stamp that as good. Because it's life for you. It's not about some book of written rules or following somebody else's written rules of this is what you need to eat, this is what you need to listen to, this is where you need to go. That's not how that shit works. That might be how it works for them, but you need to check with your own heart. So as you're listening to that song, you need to check within yourself, is this song making me feel my lack? Or is it making me feel fulfilled? Because lack is death and fulfillment is life. Which tree you eating from is what I want to know. Huh? Which tree are you eating from? What are you feeding yourself? Not just your belly. What are you feeding your mind via your eyes, via your ears, even your nose? That's right. Even your nose. Get you some of them good smelling candles, whatever the hell it takes to make your heart sing a happy song. Put yourself in environments that make you feel like I got all I need. And if you can't do that in your external reality, then you better start utilizing your vision. I'm talking some real shit today now. Shoot. God, it says, I'm an Aquarius rising. That's why we vibe. Gang, gang, like they say. Tay Marie says, amazing godio. Thanks, needed this today. Crystal needed to reawaken the beast. Dating out here is tough. Yeah, it is. And especially because of that big ass gaping black hole we have in our heart that we try to hurry up and fill because it feels so horrible. It does. I done been there before, I remember. But we have to learn to be, we talk about being gods and goddesses, but at some point we got to just not talk about it and start being about it. Look at that. Sorry about that, y'all. Well, at some point we got to stop talking about it and start being about it. And a god is self-sufficient. A god is self-sustaining. And or a goddess. God does not have to go outside of him or herself to get anything. Neither does a goddess. So while we talking about we gods and goddesses, we would do well to begin to walk in that and not just talk it, but walk it. Who made that song? Walk it like you're talking. Y'all know that song? Or like the old folks say, we got to practice what we preach. And a god and goddess is self-sustaining. That means that big ass gaping hole, we need to figure out how to fulfill that hole, how to fill it up ourselves. Yeah. So if it's love, if we just stop looking for things outside of ourselves, we get like them zombies. Zombies be looking for brains. Some of us out here looking for love. Some of us out here looking for finances. Acting just like some zombies, just going from one victim to the next. Because that's what they end up being, is your victim. And you end up being theirs. We like to play the blame game, but like one of my guardios say, and I like to say all the time, you cannot take the power without first taking the blame. We want to talk about how this one hurt us and that one hurt us. But what it really is look how we're hurting us. Yeah, it ain't what this one done to you. It's what did you do to you. He didn't love me. Well, shit, you ain't love you. And half of the time we say that after being in a relationship for years, months, weeks. But the fact that that is displayed outside us is direct evidence of what is within us. And when we begin to see that the world is our mirror, it only reflects back to us ourselves. And so if we don't like what we're seeing in front of us, if we don't like what we're seeing, what we're attracting to ourselves, then that would stand to reason, according to that very law, that we need to look within and fix that shit. The world is a mirror. Out here trying to change him and change her is just like trying to change your hair by wiping the mirror. It doesn't make any sense, does it? If you had something on your face, you look in the mirror and you see something on your face, you wouldn't start wiping the mirror expecting the shit to get off your face by wiping the mirror, would you? No, you don't. And the same thing is true. If you with someone that's not loving you, and you steady trying to get them to love you, and you wonder why it ain't working, you look just as dumb as somebody trying to wipe the mirror to get that thing off your nose. That toothpaste from off the side of your mouth by wiping the mirror. No. You got to go to the source of the reflection, the source of the image that is being reflected back. Not the image. You got to go to the source, not the image. And so if the image, that thing, that person, that place, that event that is before you is not to your likings, understand where the source is. We say, I am God. Do you really know that? Do you really believe that? Because if you did, you can't be blaming everybody outside of you for shit that's going on in your life. You can't. Either you don't believe the shit you say, well, that's the only option. Shit, you don't believe the shit you say. The only option. At which point, again, I take you back to the mandate to know thyself. Then that means yourself is a liar. That's right. Yourself is a liar. And you need to recognize that shit is the truth and accept it. And either change yourself or just don't even listen to yourself no more. Just bypass that motherfucker altogether. That's your options. So anyway, let me check these comments. It says, I'm just going to stay single and have fun in the astral. You know, that's an option. Shit. Some people get to that point to where I really am enough. I really, really am enough. And I don't have to be with anybody. Don't have to be with anybody at all. And completely happy. And to be honest with you, until you get to that place, you can't have a perfect relationship because you're not perfect. When you could be by yourself with no one around, with no lover, no friend, none of that shit, and be completely happy and content without feeling this gaping, sucking black hole, then you're perfect. Then and only then can you have a perfect relationship. That's a good point. Tina Bell, hi. All right, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and play us a little song as we go out. Before y'all go, Vera, Asafahima, I hope I say that right. Navi Poet, oh my God, I miss y'all. Oh, my babies. Kenneth Edwards, I miss y'all so much. Where's TK? I ain't seen TK. Anyway, look, y'all, before y'all just run out of here, y'all drop some Jews in the comment section. I know y'all got some Jews. I mean, even if it's just some random shit that you thinking of, some old saying your grandma used to say, mama used to say, some shit you picked up along the way, some old axiom, a scripture, a proverb, whatever. Drop a jewel before you leave. Okay? If you picked up a jewel, drop a jewel before you leave. And I say that because you never know how them little bitty jewels, man, make a big difference in somebody's life. And I know y'all got them jewels. I know you got it. You know how I know? Because I dropped some jewels and I dropped some bombs today. I know I did. I'm not conceited, I'm confident. and by the law, with like attracts like, that means I know you brought some jewels and I know you brought some bombs, and I want that smoke. Okay? I want it. That's right, Kai. Not all heroes wear capes. Nala walk to peace and wholeness. That's right. King Cooley says, no phone, no TV, just you, yourself, then you'll know thyself. That's right, King Cooley. All right, I'm going to play some music, y'all. Y'all drop y'all jewels before y'all leave out. I thank you for sharing your time, your energy, and your love with me once again, family. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe the video if it resonated with you. If you want to tip and or donate, the PayPal Cash App is in the description. Thank all you guys who did donate and those who will donate. It is greatly appreciated. Me and my family do appreciate it. Let's get it. Tired of that one. Get another one. Hold on. This one here is called Champion. Put that one back on for y'all. For the family. Right, Shakra King Black. You gotta love yourself before you can love others. Girl Bye says, love at the heart of man, not the shell they are in. Woo! That's deep. life is what we make it. Let's make it better. That's right, baby. Girl, Bye says the love you give is the love you will receive. Ooh, that's deep. Y'all know we teach people how to treat us. So teach them well. I like that. We teach people how to treat us. Be a good teacher. God, it says the only sin is going against yourself for someone else's pleasure and someone else's wealth. That's right, Fit Goddess. Because you got to love others as you love yourself. As, not more than, not less than, but as. That's balance. Let's get it. Bohema says, you make you. They can't make you angry. They can't make you sick or make you happy. You make you. Tina Bell says, you are commanded to love, but not like me. And I got one myself. You are not obligated to drown with those you try to save. You are not obligated to drown with those you try to save. Girl Bye says, you are your sister and your brother. Kai says, let your light shine. If they look away because it's too bright, it ain't for them. Ooh, that's deep. If they look away because it's too bright, then that means it ain't for them. Never water yourself down because they can't handle you 100 proof. That's not your problem. Never water yourself down because they can't handle you 100 proof. That is not your problem. King Cooley says, love is life and life is living. Girl Bye says, change your perception, your perception, and you change your world. And that is the truth. Very good. I knew y'all had yours. Kai says, always spoil yourself. Tina says, treat people the way you want to be treated. Judge not, or you will be judged by how you judge others, says Girl Bye. Kai says, laugh a lot and laugh hard. It's medicine. Ashe. You are everything you need. Yes, yes. King Cooley says, if you want to exchange your environment, then change your environment. Truth Davis says, remember you are second to no one. Ooh, that's deep. I'm going to say that one again. Remember, you are second to no one. Nothing greater than you, because you are everything and everything is you. Stay woke, like Girl Bye said. Caramel Godiva says, look before you leap. Look before you leap. Not all heroes wear capes. Yeah. Cat Reeves 0627 says, love yourself. King Cooley says, if you won't change within, then change without. If they won't roll with you, then roll on. She could say she's attracted to men. No, men are attracted to her strength, but try to dominate you. Men like challenges. They better go ahead with that bullshit, Chica. Tell them go ahead with that bullshit. You ain't the challenge, baby, because you the prize. Grasp. You can't be the challenge because you are the prize. Anket Cypress says, true healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. Oh, that's nice. Tina says, there's no way anyone can listen to this woman and not grow. So thankful for her. And I'm grateful for y'all. King Cooley say they loved you when they met you. They hate you because they have changed into what they wanted you to be. Not what you want to be. Ooh, that is deep. All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here now. Thank y'all so much. I love y'all so much. Until next time, fam, keep them vibes up. Y'all must don't want to go home, huh? That's them healing vibrations must be. I guess I must just have to click off. I love you, fam.